Well, hello, everyone. My name is MightyStream. I'm going to do your September the 11th Spiritual Principle a Day in a Meditation. I hope you're doing well. Let's go ahead and get into that screen so we can see what we have. September 11th, self-support takes faith. Belief in self-support is a massive leap of faith. We commit to the ideal that we will be enough. Guiding principles, Tradition 7, opening reflection. For many of us, a belief in our own inadequacy was a constant undercurrent in our lives before NA. We did our best to keep it hidden by putting on a brave front. Behind our mask, thoughts that we were not enough still plagued us. This ideal had that we lacked sufficient ability, power, or means follows a lot of us into recovery. Although we stopped using, we still felt incapable of dealing with life. We can start to rebuild our self image by embracing a practical application of humility. We commit to seeing ourselves as part of humanity, no better or worse than the rest of it. With time and effort put into step work, we get a more accurate picture of who we are. We warm up to the ideal that we will have and will do enough, and even that we are enough. When self support seems like too big of a stretch, we entrust our support system to help us make that leap. We pay attention to the experience of our fellows and emulate their commitment to self determination. We lean into acceptance and faith as we figure out what the next right thing might look like. Our collective experience tells us that action is the key to moving an ideal from our heads to our hearts. So, what actions align with self support? When we are present, plugged in, and ready, we can step through doors as they open, find the right words to match the situation, and otherwise take leaps of faith we weren't sure we had in us. Our members' experience speak to such a moment. My mom was paying my rent for my first year clean, but she would also always come around and tell me I wasn't keeping the place clean enough or that I needed to do something different with my hair. The idea of saying no to her support was scary. The freedom that came with it was a big step toward believing in myself, maybe for the first time in my life. How can I stretch towards self support today? What conversations might inspire me to take that leap of faith or prepare me for opportunities on my own horizon? Let's take a moment of silence, followed by the we version of the Serenity Prayer. Moment of silence now, please. Thank you. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things that we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Just for today, please and thank you. Self-support takes faith. I totally agree. I totally agree. I can remember not being well enough to take care of myself and needing to live with my parents. And this was after I had been clean for several years. Um, I think you've heard me talk about having a breakdown at one time and not knowing if I would ever know who I was again. That's what the doctors would tell my mother. So I ended up during that recovery process clean, but staying with my parents again after having been married and having a husband and going through a divorce. And um, it was a very interesting time in my life to be so physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually dependent on parents again. And I truly struggled with that. But day by day, I was able to build my tolerance for existing in society. I remember there were times I couldn't even go out for the shortest period of time without getting lost and wandering into places, asking them to help me so that I could find my way back home. These are things that I've survived. I survived them clean. I'm here today in my right mind, well, grateful, very grateful for the faith that I've been given, the ability to be self-supporting. And don't get me wrong, there's times that you'll struggle. You'll struggle to make ends meet. You'll struggle to decide to pay a certain bill instead of paying another bill. You'll decide, I have to do without these subscriptions so that I can take care of this bill. And you'll go in and turn certain subscriptions off, knowing that other people in the house have become so used to those as a form of recreation and relaxation. And you'll make the tough decisions. And as soon as that little hiccup passes, you'll get back into your groove again. And you'll do it and you'll feel so much better, right? You'll feel better about yourself, your self-esteem. Being fully self-supporting, I believe, is a great task for any human being. It's almost, it's the ideal state, but reaching it takes time. And in Narcotics Anonymous, we learned that we use our support system. And see, that's not always what we're talking about when we talk about being fully self-supporting. You could be fully self-supporting, needing help from someone else and knowing when to ask for help. That is a form of being self-supporting. You know when you need help and when to open your mouth and ask for it. Take courage today. I don't want anyone to walk away from this meditation questioning whether or not they have faith for self-supporting acts. I'm sure that you do, or you would not have clicked on the play button for this meditation, but you did. That is you executing your right to take care of yourself. That's just a minor example, but I believe in you. My name is MightyStream. I want for you to have a beautiful day on purpose. Talk to you soon.